The Capra goats live in some of the most difficult and dangerous mountain habitats on the face of the earth. To complete a Capra World Slam of 12 wild goats is one of the most difficult and physically challenging accomplishments in the mountain hunting world. Tonight, we'd like to honor several individuals who have reached this milestone. David Both of Illinois started and finished his Capra World Slam journey in New Zealand. His first hunt there was in 2009 when he collected a tahr. And in February 2024, David returned to get his 12th Capra trophy, the New Zealand chamois. Sandwiched in between those hunts, you see David with his American mountain goat from British Columbia, taken in 2011. And in September 2023, he traveled to Mongolia and took both the Altai and Gobi ibex. Brandon Scott Goodwin of Illinois completed his Capra World Slam with a Bizor ibex that he took in Turkey in March 2024. A few months earlier, in November 2023, he was able to get his Carpathian chamois on the hunt in Romania. 5 days later, he traveled to France and took his Alpine chamois. We'll finish up his Capra World Slam salute with his Gritos ibex from Spain, taken in December 2016. Our next Capra World Slammer to recognize is Mike Hagan of Missouri. Mike began his quest for the eventual Capra Slam back in September 2001 on a hunt in Mongolia, where he connected both an Altai and Gobi ibex. In October 2011, Mike hunted on Kodiak Island, Alaska, to get his American mountain goat. And in March 2017, he did a multi-species hunt in Spain, where he took 3 of the 4 ibex found there. We chose his Besaidi to represent those. Mike achieved his Capra World Slam in October 2024 on another hunt in Spain, when he got both the Cantabrian and Pyrenean chamois. We're pleased to recognize Dave Marsters of British Columbia for achieving his Capra World Slam by virtue of a Vicours chamois from France in November 2024. Backing up in February 2014, Dave did back-to-back hunts in Turkey and Pakistan, where he collected both the Bizor ibex and an impressive Sind ibex. Dave hunted all 4 ibex in Spain in November 2018, and we chose his Gritos ibex to represent those. Alan McGraw of Texas is up next for Capra World Slam recognition, and we'll begin with his American mountain goat from BC, which he got back in 2012. Alan arrowed a New Zealand tahr on a hunt in 2016, and in October 2017, he hunted in France to get his Alpine chamois, also with his bow and arrow. Finally, you see Alan with one of his Spanish ibex, this being the Besaidi that he took in December 2018. Barbara Solau of Maryland reached numbers 11 and 12 on the Capra World Slam list on a hunt in Mongolia back in October 2023. There she scored on both the Altai and Gobi ibex. Backing up, we have Barbara with her first Capra trophy, an American mountain goat from Alaska, taken in 2016, and in 2017, she hunted in Turkey to get her Bizor ibex. We'll finish up by showing you Barbara's Balkan chamois from Macedonia, which she got in 2021. It was a premier ibex from Tajikistan taken in October 2023 that earned Chuck Weckel of Virginia the Capra World Slam. Chuck has taken all 3 turf found in the Caucasus Mountains, and we chose his Cuban Western turf from September 2018 to represent those. Chuck hunted in Spain in November 2021 to get his Gritos and Southeastern ibex, and the following month he hunted in Turkey to get his Bizor ibex. It only took Evan Zeiger of Alabama a little over 4 years to achieve his Capra World Slam. First up, we have his premier ibex from Tajikistan and an American mountain goat from British Columbia, both taken in 2023. Evan stayed after the world's wild goats in 2024, adding several more to his growing list, including an Alpine chamois from Austria, taken in September. And in November, he traveled to Spain, where he got 3 of the ibex found there, including this impressive Gritos ibex. Like so many others, Tom Zimmerman of Wisconsin began his quest for the Capra World Slam with an American mountain goat, which he got in BC back in 2003. Moving closer to the present, Tom scored on a premier ibex in Tajikistan in 2019. And in October 2023, he did a multi-species hunt in Spain, where he took 3 of the 4 ibex found there, including this Ronda ibex. Tom returned to Spain 1 year later and took both the Pyrenean and Cantabrian chamois as his 11th and 12th Capra species. There are those who continue to hunt the difficult Capra goats even after their original 12. For the tough of mind and body who do this, there are the milestones of the Capra World Slam Super 20, Super 30, and Super 40, and we'll honor some of those people here tonight. Now we call Jack Cabala of Colorado to the stage to receive his Capra Super 20 award. Jack began his quest for an eventual Capra Super 20 way back in 1977 when he took his American mountain goat. Fast forwarding several years, we have Jack with his New Zealand chamois from 2016, and in 2019 he hunted ibex in Mongolia, collecting an impressive goby there. Jack reached numbers 19 and 20 on the Capra list in November 2024, when he was successful in taking both a southeastern ibex and a Rhonda ibex just a couple of days apart. Wayne Farnsworth Jr. of Ohio is up next for Capra Super 20 recognition, and we'll begin by showing you his impressive Bukharan Markhor from Tajikistan, taken in November 2018. Moving along, we have Wayne with his Alpine Chamois from Switzerland, which came in October 2019, and one of his multiple ibex from Spain, this being the Rhonda. Wayne has both ibex found in Mongolia, and we chose his Altai from July 2021 to represent those. Finally, you see Wayne with his Balkan Chamois from Macedonia, taken in October 2022 to round out his presentation this evening. Now we'd like to recognize Dmitry Fedotov of Russia for achieving his Capra Super 20. Dmitry's done a tremendous amount of mountain hunting in a relatively short time, with his first registered trophy taken in 2022. Dmitry's taken both the chamois and all 4 ibex found in Spain, and we chose his Pyrenean chamois and Gridos ibex from October 2022 to represent those. He traveled to Pakistan in February 2023 to get his Sind ibex, and a few months later, Dmitry hunted Bukharan ibex in Uzbekistan and took a great billy there. We'll wrap up by showing you Dmitry's Vercors chamois from France, which he got in November 2023. Frank Greiner of Pennsylvania achieved his Capra Super 20 with a Kri ibex from Greece in November 2023. Backing up to one of Frank's earliest Capra trophies, he sees American mountain goat from BC, taken in 2012. Frank has 3 Markhor to his credit, and we chose his Kashmir and Suleiman, both from Pakistan, to share here. We'll finish up by showing you one of Frank's most recent trophies, Pyrenean chamois from France, which he got in November 2024, as he works his way toward the Capra Super 30 milestone. Natalia Lorina of Ukraine is up next to achieve the Capra Super 20 award, and we'll start with her newly recognized coastal ibex from Turkey, taken back in 2017. The following year, Natalia traveled to Mongolia, where she found success in both the Altai and Gobi ibex. Her Himalayan tar from Nepal came in 2021, and in 2024, she hunted in Romania to collect the Carpathian chamois. Number 20 on the Capra list for Natalia was a Mallorcan wild goat from Spain, which she got in 2024. It was a Vercors chamois from France, taken in November 2023, that earned Russia's Denis Morozov the Capra Super 20, and he actually is well on his way to achieving the Capra Super 30. Denis has taken all 4 ibex found in Spain, and we chose his Besedi ibex from February 2023 to represent those. Denis has 4 Markhor to his credit, and we chose his Kashmir and Suleiman, both taken in January 2024 in Pakistan, to round out his Capra Super 20 milestone. Igor Shevchenko of Spain is up next for Capra Super 20 recognition. Accepting for him is Veronica Cornea. Naturally being from Spain, Igor has taken all the huntable Capra trophies found there, including the impressive Gridos ibex you saw earlier. Moving along, Igor hunted Bukharan Markhor in Uzbekistan in November 2023, and in February 2024 he connected on a Sind ibex in Pakistan. Igor added a very unique white tar from New Zealand to his Capra list in June of 2024, and he achieved his Capra Super 20 in August 2024 with the Gobi ibex from Mongolia. It was an Altai ibex from Mongolia taken in September 2024 that earned Florida's Larissa Switlik the Capra Super 20 milestone. Her Dagestan Eastern Tour from Azerbaijan came in June 2017, and in November 2018, Larissa traveled to Turkey, where she connected on an impressive Bizor ibex. The Low Tatra chamois from Slovakia is up next for Larissa, and and we'll finish up her presentation by showing you the great alpine ibex she took in Austria on a hunt in September 2023. Now let's recognize a pair of bow hunters who've reached an archery Capra Super 20. Pedro Amprera of Spain achieved the archery Capra Super 20 and is well on his way to the Capra Super 30 as well. First he saw his Biseti ibex from his home country of Spain, and in October 2018, Pedro arrowed an impressive Altai ibex on a hunt in Mongolia. The Anatolian chamois is up next for Pedro, and he arrowed it in November 2019 on a hunt in Turkey. We move along to another home country trophy from Pedro, the Mallorcan wild goat that he took in July 2023. Pedro has taken all three of the turf in the Caucasus Mountains, and will finish up by showing his mid-Caucasian turf from August 2023, which is quite impressive. Theron Soroka of Alberta is up next for archery Capra Super 20 recognition, and we'll begin with one of his most recent entries, his March 2024 Persian Desert Ibex from Iran. Theron achieved his initial archery Capra World Slam in October 2019 with the Chartreuse Chamois from France. Theron has both the Altai and Gobi Ibex from Mongolia, which he arrowed in July of 2022, and his Mid-Caucasian turf from Russia came in August 2024. In October 2024, he hunted in France once more, and this time he connected on the Alpine Chamois that you see here. Now for the Capra Super 30 recipients. Armin Avedissian of California is up first for Capra Super 30 recognition, and we go back to 2002 when he hunted in Tajikistan to get the Pamir Ibex. The following year, Armin hunted in Russia to get his Caucasian Chamois, and the year after that, he traveled to Spain to collect his Biseti Ibex. Moving closer to the present, Armin traveled to France in October 2022, where he found success hunting for Core Chamois, and he reached number 30 on the Capra list that same month with an impressive Krikri Ibex from Greece. It was a Krikri hybrid ibex from Macedonia taken in 2024 that earned Minnesota's Robert M. Hall the Capra Super 30. Earlier that year, Robert traveled to France, where he took both the Vercors and Chartreuse Chamois on the same hunt. Backing up in 2021, Robert scored on a Bizor Ibex in Turkey and will round out his Capra Super 30 presentation with his impressive Gobi Ibex from Mongolia, which he got in 2023. Next, we'd like to recognize Kevin Klumper of Washington for achieving his Capra Super 30. Kevin hunted in Mongolia in August 2023 and collected both the Altai and Gobi Ibex found there. In November, he traveled to Croatia and scored on a Balkan Chamois. Finally, you see Kevin with his Alpine Chamois from France taken in November 2023 and his Alpine Ibex from Austria, which he took in December 2023. We're pleased to recognize Alan W. Maki of Tennessee for reaching number 30 on the Capra list, a Persian Desert Ibex from Iran, in January 2024. Backing up, you see Al with his first Capra entry, an American mountain goat from Alaska taken in 1997. Al has all three turf from the Caucasus Mountains, and we chose his 2007 Dagestan Eastern turf from Azerbaijan to represent those. Moving closer to the present, Al scored on an Alpine Ibex in Austria in October 2022, and will finish up with his Krikri hybrid Ibex from Macedonia, taken in November 2023. Andrei Zyka of Russia is up next for his Capra Super 30 recognition. Andrei has all four Ibex found in Spain, and we begin with the Biseti Ibex he took back in 2014. In 2017, Andrei traveled to Turkey, where he was able to collect his Bizor Ibex. He hunted in Turkey once again in 2018 and was able to collect his Anatolian Chamois. Next up, you see Andrei with his Sind Ibex, taken in Pakistan in 2023, and he reached number 30 on the Capra list with an American mountain goat from British Columbia in September 2024. Well, to date, there have been only 11 individuals to reach the Capra Super 40. We have some of those incredible hunters to recognize here tonight. While on a multi-species hunt just last month, Rex Baker of Georgia added his final two trophies needed to reach number 40 on the Capra list, those being the Coastal Ibex from Turkey and the Bukharan Ibex from Tajikistan. Rex's hunting resume and accolades are quite extensive, having won practically every major hunting award in the world. We've been reeling back the years showing some of Rex's Capra trophies, including his American Mountain Goat from BC, taken in 1976, his Sind Ibex from Pakistan, taken in 1985, and his Nubian Ibex from Sudan, which came in 1998. Finally, you see Rex with his Astra Markhor, also from Pakistan, which came in 2016. Bela Hidvegi of Hungary has had a tremendous amount of hunting throughout the world over the years and has won practically every major hunting award. His Capra trophies date back to the 1970s, including the Alpine Chamois from Austria, taken in 1975, which you saw earlier. Bela's Kashmir Markhor from Pakistan came in 2003, and in 2010 he hunted in Mongolia to get his Gobi Ibex. Bela's Bukharan Markhor from Tajikistan was taken in October 2017, and he connected on a mid-Asian Ibex in Uzbekistan in March 2024. Bela took his final chamois and 40th Capra trophy in August 2024 on a hunt in Russia, when he got the Caucasian chamois you see here. Well, next up for Capra Super 40 recognition is Darren Millman of Ohio, and we'll begin his presentation with the Alpine Ibex he got on a hunt in Switzerland back in December 2015. The Balkan Chamois is next for Darren, and he took it on a hunt in Bulgaria in October 2017. Darren has multiple Markhor to his credit, including the newly recognized Skardu Markhor and Kashmir Markhor, both of which were taken in Pakistan in 2023. Darren's collected all the world's chamois species, and we chose his Vercors chamois from France, taken in January 2024 to represent those. And we'll finish up by showing you the Bukharan Ibex from Tajikistan that he took in October 2024. We're most pleased to recognize GSCO Director Ed Yates of Pennsylvania for reaching number 40 on his Capra list in December 2024 with a Coastal Ibex from Turkey. Ed's another recipient of practically every major hunting award, including Conklin, the Weatherby, the Ovis, and induction into the Pantheon. You've been seeing several of Ed's Capra trophies on the screen, including his Alpine Ibex from Austria, his Chartreuse Chamois from France taken in 2021, and his Persian Desert Ibex from Iran. Ed has two Markhors, and we chose his Bukharan from Tajikistan to represent those. Finally, you see Ed with his Nubian Ibex from Sudan, which he collected in January 2023. That completes all of our Capra awards for this evening. Let's give them one more round of applause.